I'm Keeper Mitch from the John Ball Zoo, and we are at the Saul Lake Bog, and we're going to be checking out and talking about some cover boards. So in front of me I have a plywood cover board and a tin cover board, and the main difference between the two is that for plywood they retain moisture a little bit better, so they're more of an amphibian style, whereas the tin ones, they go and get really toasty. So they're better for reptiles, so like snakes and things like that will go and either sit on top or underneath, and they can get really toasty that way, and they love it. So where you want to go and put them is in a fringe type, so an in-between between two types of habitats. So behind me we have a prairie space that's all open and nice, and then we are standing in a foresty vernal pool type. So if you put them in the fringe area, you can go and get species from both, and you can because they will transverse between the two, and they just like to hang out there. So let's see what we got under this one and hopefully find something cool. And so we have 3 blue-spotted salamanders, and one of them is trying to mow down on a worm actually as we speak. So these are a mole type of salamander. They are from the genus Ambystoma, and they're called mole salamanders because they like to go and bury down into the dirt, and they do that a lot really in the summer when it's really nice and toasty. Two cool facts about the blue-spotted salamanders is they are only native to the Great Lakes region. So living in Michigan, you're one of the few places that can actually find them. And the other cool thing is that this is the only type of mole salamander really that doesn't bury down in the mud. So you have the best luck to find these guys when it's nice and toasty, because they don't really like to bury down. They like to go and just sit underneath, and it gives you a really good chance to go and find them that way. Plus they're just really cute salamanders. You gotta love that blue on that black there. It's really pretty.
This animal was just wiggling its tail above its head, and that's actually a defensive posture. So they have sticky skin secretions to kind of protect them from being eaten, probably by snakes. So if they're threatened, a lot of times they'll hold that tail up and wiggle it so that the attack is most likely to come at the least sensitive part of their body, their tail, and that gummy skin secretion would prevent a snake from being able to swallow it. Another thing that you have to keep in mind when you handle amphibians is that you will get some of their toxic and sticky skin secretions on your hands. So make sure that you wash your hands before you rub your eyes or pick your nose or eat a sandwich. Because if you've ever handled one of these guys and then forgot about it and rubbed your eyes, you feel it. They can feel the skin secretions in your eyes, which is not pleasant. A good idea might be to use rubber gloves if you are going to be handling amphibians. Another thing is that you can photograph these animals, and that's your documentation that these species are here, and you don't necessarily have to handle them. If you do come across snakes, you want to make sure that you're able to identify all the species that are in your area before you start a project like this, so that you don't end up handling a snake that is venomous or might bite you. When you go to put your board down and you're worried about squishing an animal, you can always move the animal off to the side and sort of chase him under after the board is down.